So I'm outside the SEC's office in Denver, Colorado. I just finished meeting with SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce. I've got to say it's pretty surprising. Right away, she was extremely candid. That was the first thing that I noticed, was that although I expected to talk to a SEC commissioner who was just going to be towing the usual SEC line, she wasn't. She expressed right away that her view is that the SEC is not going to be making substantial changes from a regulatory standpoint to crypto, at least in the short term. And while Chairman Gensler is in power, the SEC is not very positive when it comes to crypto regulation. A lot of people talk constantly about SEC having updates, implementing new regulations or rules, but after talking to Hester Peirce, it sounds like it's not going to be in the short term. The current regulatory climate seems to be more of enforcement rather than creating new rules. One of the discussions that we did have was that she is hopeful that in the future, that eventually there are new regulations that come out. I had talked to her about how Regulation CF was initially intended to provide a lot of opportunity, democratization towards capital formation. But at the same time, Reg CF has been extremely limiting. In our practice, we see very few people that actually use Reg CF, and I've never seen it with crypto. And in fact, it sounded like she had seen the same, that when it came to Reg CF, really had not been used towards crypto. But she did seem to agree that a framework similar to Reg CF in the future, some sort of method where people can have token offerings, could be very beneficial. And that seems like that would be perhaps where the government would go in the future. At the same time, she's also mentioned that the potential for regulation may come down through Congress, that we may have legislation in the future. However, that too, there seemed to be a lot of pessimism that even that regulation may be more limiting rather than opening things up, legislation that's much more limiting rather than opening things up. We also discussed the different types of crypto projects. We talked about how some crypto projects have a purpose. They are designed to do something outside of just raising capital, and how the technology of the blockchain can be very transformative. It's allowed new products, new businesses, new things that weren't previously possible. Yet at the same time, crypto and tokens have been used to raise large sums of money, billions of dollars. And so if it's purely for capital formation, to raise capital, then there may be the need for regulation to protect consumers and the public from making these types of investments. So it's really hard to say because there's such differences in crypto projects. I had also discussed with her that in our practice, people come to us, customers, businesses, individuals, come to us all the time and feel that there isn't regulatory clarity from an SEC or an IRS perspective. And I was shocked to hear that Commissioner Peirce agreed, and that the SEC has not been very forthcoming with guidance, and things are not very clear, which was not what I expected to hear. I expected to hear the usual SEC line that there are many regulations and that the rules are out there and you just have to work within the Howey test and other structures. But this wasn't what Commissioner Peirce was saying. In fact, she seemed to agree that it's difficult for entrepreneurs, for crypto projects, for new businesses that want to do things compliantly. They're stuck where they either have to pay law firms very large sums of money to do things compliantly, which is often restrictive, or launch a project and perhaps run afoul of the laws. So it was refreshing to hear that Commissioner Peirce agreed that there is uncertainty, yet at the same time, that's not what you would necessarily want to hear from a government official. You would have expected to hear that, no, there's a way to do it, there's ways to fit within the rules. So overall, I guess my takeaways are that it was a great opportunity to sit and speak with the commissioner, but it was unfortunate to hear just how pessimistic she is about the crypto regulatory climate in the short term. Her term expires in 2025, and so that may also be part of why that perhaps in the next year there's not much that can be done while Chairman Gensler is in power. But at the same time, her willingness to meet with myself and other practitioners seem to demonstrate that there is still an openness in government. There are still people who want to make change, who want to meet with practitioners and hear what's going on. And so we're going to continue as a law firm, and myself personally as an attorney and CPA, in trying to advocate for crypto and bring clarity and regulations while keeping consumers and businesses on the right side of the law. So it was a great experience, and thank the SEC and Commissioner Peirce for allowing us to do it.